Well, it's cold and flu season. You're probably trying to figure out how to avoid it all. How about Hippocrates? Could he actually save the planet? Ancient Greek medicine. Joining me now to discuss that, Dr. Weiss, naturopathic physician and cardiologist. Doctor, welcome.
Thanks for having me on. It's a great time to be on just before that flu season.
Listen, everyone wants some ways to help them navigate this flu season, and there may be some ways that aren't necessarily being told from all perspectives that could help people this year.
Yeah, and we'll start with antimicrobial resistance, where we're seeing that the antibiotics that people are going and getting just aren't working. And Hippocrates literally had an answer for that. They had the silver spoon. And when kids were born, Hippocrates would give them a silver spoon to stir in their water and stir in their food. And he didn't know it, but it killed viruses, it killed bacteria, it killed fungus, and then kids with a silver spoon grew up healthier. And so what's happened is science needed to sort of change it because we can't sit around with a silver spoon. So Sovereign Silver has this bioactive silver hydrosol, which took that technology and put it in sprays. And what it allows us to do is, I mean, who really wants to go to a doctor when they have the flu? It gives us that first line stuff that we are recommending now as doctors. Instead of antibiotics, we're recommending these types of things because they don't cause that resistance.
Side effects?
Side effects, we haven't seen any. The good science that this bioactive silver hydrosol, we also know it also excretes from the body. We were worried about these metals initially. What if they build up?
Yeah.
And you hear these lead stories and all that. This technology, that's why I have it on here. The Sovereign Silver folks have figured out that it goes in, does its work, and then exits out. Wow. That's exciting, but we don't become resistant to it. I was just in Europe. A third of the surgeries they normally perform, they may not be able to do within 10 years because of the big bad bacteria bugs that are out there.
Right.
So this is a way of skipping the doctor's visit and giving a first line try. We're not saying not to go to your doctor, but we're saying if you're dragging along, you feel the flu coming, hit a Sprouts, hit a Natural Grocers, and you can get a shot going.
There's also, I know growing up, whenever I had an upset stomach, my mom would be like, have some ginger ale, which is probably not the best delivery method for ginger, but does ginger actually work?
It sure does. And we need to get rid of symptoms. Hippocrates do that too. I mean, when somebody went to Hippocrates and they said, you know, I have the flu, they're also saying, does your stomach hurt? Do you have aches and pains, right? So all doctors have to get rid of symptoms. Ginger, and I like just cutting up the root, and there's also great tea bags out there and stuff. Take it, put it in water, gives you that warm feeling. So when you have the chills, it helps with the aches and pains, but it settles stomach, and it settles that. And who doesn't love a little ginger tea and a nice nap?
It's a great way to spend it if you're feeling a little under the weather. Now, how about Epsom salt, lastly?
Epsom salt, great thing for drop it in your bathtub, soak in it, and it gets rid of the soreness, and it'll help you sleep. So when you talk about people with the flu, what do they need to do? They need to get rid of the aches and pains and sleep. Epsom salt is a great way to do that.
For more information, where can people find out information from you?
SovereignSilver.com if you want to look at those silver products, or go to my charitypeacepossible.com, where Sovereign Silver has generously donated a lot of product for me to bring to Africa, for me to bring to Syria and to these refugees.
Need all the weapons you can get this flu and cold season. Check that out for sure.